What up, what up, what up? I am Ronnie Jean, aka Respect the Deck, and I'm here with a reading for my fire sign. So, if you are an Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and or Venus, this is for you. As a disclaimer, if it don't apply, let it fly. But if it makes sense, tip your reader a few cents. My information will be down below in the description box. Also, like, share, subscribe, the Holy Trinity. All three. While you're here, hit that notification bell too so you know when I'm on. I am doing readings for the elements right now. So I'm going to get straight into this read because that is what you are here for, right? Okay. First card we have for you fire signs is the Five of Coins. And I feel like you are trying to crawl out of a bad situation. Like you're trying to scratch and claw your way out of this really dark, desolate place. You may be in a trauma bond with someone else. If you are in a relationship, it may be something where you share hardship with another. At the same time, there's some comfort in shared trauma, shared experiences. Maybe not the same kind of upbringings, but similar situations where one felt one way growing up, the other felt the other way growing up. Now, this does not mean that this can't be a deeper connection, you know, a soulmate kind of connection. But I really feel like at this time, you're trying to get yourself out of a dark situation. I feel like you're doing your best to kind of protect yourself from the things that are going on around you, but you don't really feel as though, you know, you have much control, if any. And I think that that's what's contributing to these feelings of despair. But think about it that you are making the effort, you know. You are trying to get out of this place. You don't want to stay there. You don't want to stay stuck there, but I feel like you may need the help of someone else. This is the Six of Pentacles. You know, I feel as though you may be, you know, the one at the bottom that's accepting rather than giving because you're not in the position to give right now. And that's okay. You should not feel ashamed about that. If you are being offered gifts of any kind, whether they're monetary, whether they're material, whatever, accept it with grace, you know, in gratitude. And don't be too prideful. We all fall on hard times, you know. The cost of things has gone up quite a bit, you know, so where we may have been comfortable before, we may be struggling a little bit now, and that happens, you know. But don't be afraid to, you know, to receive. You know, you've been a giver before, you know, you've been in that position. Just thinking about how, you know, generous of a person that you are, you know, that when you do have, you give whatever is yours, you know, and you would do so without a second thought, you know. So even though you may feel some kind of, you know, maybe even embarrassment in accepting help, because, you know, us fire signs, I'm a Leo, Sun, Leo rising, so we're very, very prideful. That's true to a T. I know it's a very cliche or, you know, common thing that they say about Leos, but it's true, like prideful to a fault. Where it's like, you know, you're very hesitant to ask for help. And right now, it's not, you know, a bad idea for you to reach out and let other people know, you know, what your situation is. Not necessarily to, you know, get any pity of any sort, because that's not what you're looking for. It's just, you know, maybe that person has advice for you. Maybe they have a job lead for you. Maybe they, you know, can loan you money for the time being, whatever it may be, you know, anything would be accepted, like I said, graciously and gratefully. So make sure that you show gratitude to any gifts that you're given from anyone, be it material or not. You know, could be an opportunity of some sort. You know, take it and be thankful. The next card that's coming up for you fire signs, is the King of Swords. And to me, this screams, get out of your feelings and start thinking more logically. The King of Swords is very analytical. He's very practical. He sees things as black and white, you know, right or wrong. There's not really much in between. So while he can stand to kind of soften his approach at times, I think once a balance is struck, that it's a good thing to be equal parts heart and head, but you don't want to be too much of any, like more of one than the other. And if you do notice that kind of imbalance, then that's something that you should work on, because I feel it's important for you to strike some kind of balance when it comes to thinking and feeling. The next card is the Three of Pentacles, and the Three of Pentacles talks about joint ventures. So, you know, if you're in a position right now where money is low, or maybe it's not as easy to come by as it was before for whatever reason, because people are struggling and, you know, costs are high, a lot higher than normal, just because of what's going on around the world. I think it's important for you to think outside the box. You know, don't be so self-reliant. You know, you're always so dependent on yourself. Think about some joint ventures that you can do with other people. Think about you know, any projects that you want to embark on. Maybe there's some business ventures that you spoke about with a friend that you feel, you know, can actually be something, can be successful. I think it's definitely time to start working together with other people to collaborate, you know, and create. It's important. That will be a means of, that'll become a source of income for you. You know, whatever kind of business venture that you set out on, you know, with a friend, I think it's important for you to think about how you can combine talents with, you know, yours with theirs. You know, you see the black sleeve, the white sleeve, you know, they're both offering something different. It makes me think of duality, you know, and how, and polarity, and yin and yang, like I was talking about earlier with my girl In Tune Deep Tarot, who you should check out while you're here. Go follow her. Yeah. Had to plug my girl. But yeah, we were just having a conversation about what is it, the yin and the yang, and how one represents the masculine, one represents the feminine, you know, and then those have their own characteristics and stuff like that. So I think it's important for you to take what you know and combine that with what someone else knows. Like, don't be intimidated at all by another person's knowledge or know-how. You know, come together with them, you know, try if you can. You know, you don't have to be so independent all the time. Why do I know? How do I know? Because I am that. Leo sun, Leo rising, right? Fire, fire. Who said that? Beavis or Butthead? Which one of them? I'm trying to picture them in my head. Anyway, I digress. The next card is the Queen of Swords. Again, get out of your feelings and start thinking more logically. You know, you have to start thinking more logically. She's giving you the gift of impartiality, if that's the right word. Like, she's gonna blindfold you should you accept the offer, right? And she'll be there to guide you and lead you, but you have to trust her. You have to trust that she'll lead you in the right directions, and she's going to make the right decisions every time when it comes to leading you, even if it's just by her voice alone, because you can't see her, right? You have the blindfold on. And I know in tarot that's associated sometimes with confusion, you know, and think about how, you know, confusing it would be if you couldn't see, you know, if you have sight and then it's, you know, then you don't. But you have to trust that logic is more important right now in this situation than what you're thinking and your thoughts. You know, you gotta start analyzing them and not come from such an emotional place. You have to also analyze your feelings and take a step back, so you're not feeling, you know, if you're feeling too much, if you're overwhelmed by emotion, that may not be the best time to act. And you see, you got both the Queen and the King of Swords. They both saying, hey, baby, get out of your head. Get out of your head. I mean, no. You know what I'm saying? Get out of your feelings. Get out of your feelings. I'm sorry. Get into your head a little more, you know, and don't operate from such an emotional place. Like, you may be a passionate person, and that's all well and good, but you got to strike a balance. This reading talks a lot about, I mean, shows me balance at needing to be attained. And the bottom of the deck card is the Fool, guys. It's time to take that leap of faith. You know, you have to just do it. You can't think about it so much anymore. You have to just do it, you know. The Fool is, you know, maybe people look at him as unprepared or ill-prepared because he only leaves with a knapsack, but he's traveling light. He doesn't have, you know, he can't take all these things with him. You know, he's out for experiences, not necessarily for acquisition. I think that he wants to experience things, or maybe he wants to acquire. He's coming from an old home, going into a new home. He's setting out on a journey. He's going to find a new destination. He's going towards on a new path. So, you know, he's taken that leap. You know, he doesn't know what's underneath or what's outside of, you know, what's below that window. But he's gonna jump, and he's fearless, and that's how you gotta be. You gotta be fearless. You've gotta be fearless. You'll find your way out of the dark place that you're in. You will, and you'll feel even more proud of yourself for it, because you'll get yourself out of that. Or maybe someone will help you. I mean, I feel you're trying to get yourself out of that, but you need someone to help you. And don't be too proud to ask for help. You know, start thinking with your head and not your heart so much. Not to say you shouldn't follow your heart and do, you know, and basically like, take heed of your emotions or feel your emotions. I'm not saying you shouldn't, but you really have to start figuring out how to think more clearly. How are you gonna find clarity? And that comes with trust. You're gonna have to trust someone. Maybe you're starting on a new spiritual path. You have to trust someone, you know, to lead you and guide you. Can't do it alone, you know, nor should you try, you know, at least not anymore. You've tried that. Then I got a bonus. This is a birthday bonus. Happy birthday, my fire signs. You see this glow? This is that Leo glow. Because it's a hard time, our season. And you know, we shine bright year round, but you know, shine extra bright during our season. So I pulled an extra card for me, a bonus card from my beautiful Kim Cran's Alchemy deck. Well, that's not the deck, that's the book. The deck is here from my Alchemy deck. And the card that you guys got is resin. What does it mean? Well, let's see. I'm gonna read from the book. This is a new deck for me, so we're gonna read the interpretation that's here by Kim Cran's. Kim Cran, she's amazing, guys. Check her out if you haven't, or don't know who she is. She's the maker of the Wild Unknown Tarot, which you might know if you're into tarot like that. So resin, holding, adhering, surrounding. Resin is a miraculous material. It offers both stability and transparency. For centuries, sculptors and archivists have used it to capture an object in time and place, preserving it for observation and adoration. Envision a delicate insect or flower suspended in a paperweight. Such is the alchemical energy of resin. Its qualities are protective, sealing, and hardening. When this card appears, there is a holding that's occurring, either literally or physically. While well-intended, someone may be limiting the one they wish to protect. There may be an aspect of nostalgia at work in the laboratory, an unwillingness to let go or change. On the other hand, the resin card can indicate preservation of that which is most valued, a return to what's been lost. To go deeper, look at the resin sculpture Worlds Within Whales by Isana Yamada from 2016, and to ponder the bond. Also, little side notes. The original forms of resin came from the boughs of the pine tree. And the bee, let your mind wander into metaphors of pine, pitch, and propolis. With its sap-like stickiness, the resin card affects the whole reading. It indicates the cards that appear are bonded together, and likely you're witnessing an old pairing or pattern. So basically what this card is saying is that, you know, if there's something that you're having trouble letting go of, or some change that you're having some difficulty making, it could indicate that both of those things. So you could be having difficulty making a change or letting go of something. Something's keeping you stuck where you are. And it's limiting, and it may be limiting the very thing that you're trying to protect. And the first thing that came to my mind was children. And Kim Cran's, in her archetypes deck, I believe it's the mother card. It's like the first card in the deck. It talks about how we mothers can smother, kind of. I believe that's what it was. Like, not smother per se, but it's like we find it hard to let go of our kids and give them, you know what I mean? Like the freedom that they need to be them and live life and experience life. So it's like the thing that we love the most and wish to see grow, like we're kind of stunning its growth in a sense because of our protectiveness, you know, if it's kind of severe or over the top. So basically to me, it's just saying to let go some, and don't be afraid to make the changes that you wish to make. My good friend was telling me about a book or a concept, I'm not sure which, I'll have to look into it, called Death by a Thousand Cuts. and how that kind of talks about like taking things like step by step. Like you can't achieve, you know, the desired result without first taking these steps to get there to where you want to go, to reach this goal, because there has to be steps along the way to get there. So don't be afraid to let go and see what happens. You never know what will come of just being a little bit more relaxed, if that makes sense. So that's all I have for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed the reading. Comment down below any parts that may have stood out or that resonated. I hope it did. Again, you can find more information about me below. I am open for personal readings, so if you're interested in one, my email address is in the description box, along with pricing for my readings. In addition to, you know, if you'd like to leave a donation, you can definitely do that with through either my Cashapp or my PayPal, which is also listed below. But thanks again for tuning in. Until next time, guys. Much love.